Hello and welcome to this edition of ONTV News. I'm Jessi Agnew. Some people might complain as temperatures begin to dip, but our canine companions don't seem to mind. Pet lovers and their furry companions recently stepped out for a fun event in the park hosted by Orion Township. On Saturday, October 6th, Orion Township Community Programs Department hosted the second annual Doggie Dash and Pet Expo at the Orion Oaks Park. Despite chilly temperatures and blustery wind, dozens of dedicated dog owners brought their pets out for the mile-long Doggie Dash on Pollyant Trail, followed by a pet expo.
It's going very well.
Yeah?
We have 11 vendors this year, and a couple hundred people have came out so far. It's a little windy, a little cold, but these dog owners are persistent. They'll come out for anything.
Local businesses ranging from doggy daycare to an animal hospital set up tables under a tent to offer information and the occasional doggy biscuit. There were also nonprofit organizations that benefited from the event as well.
We're here today to provide nail trimming as a donation to Leader Dog, $5 or more. And we have the Goodison Veterinarian Center doing it free of charge. They've volunteered their services to come out today. So we're trying to raise money for Leader Dog.
We were here last year and again this year.
So you enjoyed it enough last year to come back, huh?
Yeah, we had a good time. I said the weather was a little nicer last year, as I recall, but it's nice.
Yeah?
It's nice, yeah.
Seems like everybody's pretty happy, let alone the dog.
Yeah, well, we're seeing them all sizes and shapes, and they're having a good time at the park.
We're just hoping that we can get the word out and make sure that anyone that needs to board or would like to have some exercise going on or something with their dogs, that they know what's available in the area. So this is perfect for us. It's all local people and it's just a really good event.
Well, hopefully we're bringing some new people into the Orion Oaks Dog Park. Maybe they've never been to this dog park. They might have gone to some of our other parks, so hopefully there's a new introduction there. But we're also, we've got our great vendors here, so hopefully they're getting some information of some different businesses that they could work with for their dogs. I know that there's, someone who does like baking, dog treats, things like that. So a couple of vets, some rescues. So hopefully they're getting some information about some area businesses that they can work with their dogs.
Oakland County Parks will be hosting a fun event for dog lovers on Saturday, October 20th at noon. The Howl-A-Ween Bash will include a doggy costume contest, activities and agility course, demonstrations, adoptions, and a keepsake photo of you and your dog. The event will take place at Lion Oaks Dog Park in Wixon, and admission is free. For more information, contact Lori Stathchik at 248-424-7067 or visit destinationoakland.com. Practically within walking distance from the Pet Expo, another popular event was taking place in Orion Oaks County Park. While some use pumpkins to carve jack-o'-lanterns or make pumpkin pie, others figure out ways to fling a pumpkin as far as they possibly can. An enthusiastic crowd was in attendance for the 5th annual pumpkin launch, which took place on Saturday, October 6th at Orion Oaks. Several teams arrived at the park with their catapult, or trebuchet, hoping to claim this year's trophy. The goal was simple, to send a pumpkin through the air as far as possible. The township and village collaborated with Oakland County Parks to make the event possible. Among the teams competing was a group representing Lake Orion High School, who have taken part in the event every year since its origin. Cranbrook Institute of Science was also represented. But walking away with this year's trophy was the Masters of Mayhem of Ionia, Michigan, who set a new event record with a distance of 1,380 feet. We're told their final attempt may have beaten that record had their pumpkin not left competition area and smashed against a tree, disqualifying their final attempt. Fall is in full swing here in Michigan. Temperatures are cooling off and leaves are turning vibrant colors. Some celebrate the season by putting a pumpkin on the porch or enjoying a hayride. Others celebrate by sampling as many beers as humanly possible. Beer lovers converged on Canterbury Village recently for Oktoberfest, and reporter Kayla Brandon was on the scene.
Over 3-day period, Canterbury Village was the site of Michigan Brewers Oktoberfest, where area families were encouraged to enjoy carnival rides, music, food, and of course, lots and lots of beer.
Chicken saka, hoy, hoy, hoy!
On Sunday, October 7th, a beer tasting event drew thousands of visitors from all over Michigan to the grounds of Canterbury Village. Owner Keith Aldridge told us he hopes the popularity of Oktoberfest will spawn similar festivals throughout the year.
Cheers.
We're hoping more promoters want to do more festivals. Obviously, they know now that people will drive out to a unique venue and a unique event. So I'm hoping every promoter in Detroit calls me this week and says, you know, I want to take my Italian festival, my Polish festival, my whatever festival out here. We got the room, we have the parking, we have the food, we have the facilities. This is a great place to be.
We have the Oktoberfest, which we do every year. So it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We kick it off Friday night with the band, and we do German music. We have German dancers, yodelers, so we have entertainment all day long. On the south end of the property, we have a carnival, the Skirvik Carnival, that come every year. It's $1 ride, so it's very affordable for the family. Today, the Beer Fest is actually a tasting, and what they do is they sample with their ticket purchase, they were given 10 sample tickets, and they can purchase extra tickets after that in dollar increments, but that is just, it's craft beers. People are just sampling beer. It's kind of like a wine tasting, but for beer people, and they are just having a ball. There's a lot of really cool small crafters here and things that you don't typically get to taste, so.
Beer lovers in attendance had their choice of over 60 different kinds of beer, dispensed under several tents. Those serving up the adult beverages told us what makes their brew rise above the others.
We brought 3 different samples. We brought a Pilsner, a Hoptown Brown, and a Rye Klops, which is a Rye PA. We brought those just due to the season, but also because they are specialty beers. But we really wanted to bring out the essence of the fall season and some of those tastes and samples that were really going to please the customers. So.
Atwater Brewery's out of downtown Detroit. Atwater's the name of the street that runs right along the Detroit River. So right at Joseph Campo and Jefferson. We make a lot of German-style beers. That's kind of the heart of what we do. We brought in a German brew house in '97 when we opened up, and that's a lot of what we love to do. Today we're featuring 2 beers. One would be the D-Light, which is a German Kolsch-style beer, and also our Purple Gang Pilsner. So that's kind of the heart of what we do. We love our German-style beers. We have a lot of other beers at the same time, but German beers are true to our heart. So.
This is the most popular one, the pre-Prohibition beer. It's been very fun.
So what have people been talking about today about the experience? What have they been telling you?
That it's amazing. People come from year to year, and they love all the varieties of beer from all different breweries.
We spoke with many beer connoisseurs who praised the event and gave us their critique on the variety of beer on tap.
Well, this is good. If I was in heaven right now, this is what I'd be doing.
We just love local brews. We're a big fan of Arbor Brewing Company and Bell's. So when she brought this to my attention and there was going to be all these different vendors, I knew it was something we had to go do.
Awesome. And what do you think of the beer here today?
Really good. I mean, I was amazed at a couple of the different options that are out here. I just had a pear cider. It was really good. Something I'd probably want to buy and take home. Big fan of IPAs, but trying a lot of different stuff, Belgian beers too. So it's great. If you love the microbrew kind of taste, it's a great place to be.
This is a red beer, which I really enjoy. I haven't found many that I don't really like, but all in moderation, of course. So no, this is a great event where you actually have an opportunity to try all different kind of beers and different breweries from all over the state, which is really neat. So,
anytime I can drink beer to help people, I will.
Do you guys think that you'll bring this event back next year?
I'll tell you what, Keith and his team here have been just superb. I don't know when we've ever worked with a group that says, hey, got this field here and we're going to do this and do this. And they have gone overboard to probably help not just Kroger, but every other vendor in this place. I can't say enough about Keith or the team here at Canterbury Village. Just excellent.
How often can you drink your fill of beer and help a good cause at the same time? Not only did Oktoberfest help out Cleaners Food Bank, but they also brought people to Lake Orion and exposed Canterbury Village as the gem it truly is. Reporting from the Ferris wheel, I'm Kayla Brandon for ONTV News.
Thanks, Kayla. Area residents are encouraged to visit Canterbury Village on October 27th to celebrate the Halloween season. Beginning at 6 p.m., kids are invited to dress up in costume and enjoy some trick-or-treating on the grounds of the village. Parents are invited to come back a little later to enjoy music, food, and drink at a Halloween party at the Klansman Pub. Call 248-391-1900 for more information. We are going to take a quick break, but when we return, we will have a special report from Joe Johnson on a short film being shot here locally in Lake Orion. Stay tuned.
We own a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I pay for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
Prescription drug abuse is a national epidemic. The new in way to obtain drugs is through parents' or grandparents' medicine chests. Removing prescriptions from your cabinet is the best way to keep drugs out of the hands of our young people. We've got to work together to protect our teens, our seniors, and our environment. Clean out your medicine cabinet today. Please participate in Operation Medicine Cabinet and drop off your unwanted or expired prescriptions at one of our law enforcement drop-off sites in Oakland County. We can't ignore this situation anymore.
Welcome back to ONTV News. I'm Jessi Agnew. Any Hollywood producer who has come to Michigan over the past few years quickly learns that there are many talented people in the state at virtually every level of filmmaking, from writers to actors and crew. Recently, a talented group of individuals got together at a home right here in Orion Township to produce a short film written by a local resident. Joe Johnson visited the set and brings us this story.
Within this typical Orion Township home lives a wealthy businessman who considers his trophy wife one of his many possessions. His wife is unhappy and seeing another man on the side. Actually, these are characters in a short film written and produced by Orion Township resident Carol McClure. McClure's own home serves as the setting for the film, entitled The Best Laid Plans, and a full film crew has taken over the place over the course of 4 days.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't stop smiling because I have, in my opinion, two of the best actors, in this town, and to have them on board was a blessing to me. And so they're delivering the lines as I envisioned them. They look like the characters that I envisioned when I wrote this, so I couldn't be more pleased. And the professionalism that I'm getting, from the crew, the director, I mean, I could cry. I'm so excited right now.
She began writing the story in April. Elements of the psychological thriller is based on experiences shared with her by friends and acquaintances. Over the past several months, she collaborated with others to polish and shape the story and to create a satisfying conclusion. The task of capturing McClure's vision falls on the shoulders of director Johnny Flynn of Sterling Heights.
So much fun, honestly. We've been working on this for quite a while now, and we have a lot of good people on this project, a lot of personal, close friends of both of us. So everyone's chipping in and volunteering their time.
Mark Boyd plays the husband, who he describes as a bit of a jerk. Nancy Parker of Grosse Pointe is a Screen Actors Guild actress. She was asked to bring this frustrated trophy wife to life. Both actors told me how much they enjoy the process of filmmaking.
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. It's great. It's always great to work with people who know what they're doing, first of all, but also have the right temperament. It's a collaborative process, so it's there's nobody trying to boss other people around, but at the same time, everybody's very respectful for each other's boundaries and respectful of each other's abilities.
Oh, from the first time I was ever on a set, I was in love with being on set. It's just so exciting to bring a project together, not just for my parts, but actually watching the whole movie come together like an orchestra. Everyone doing their parts, from the crew to the actors and the directors, and putting that project together and making something come together full circle And it's just the most exciting thing. I love it. I absolutely love it.
So you're looking forward to that moment when you're sitting in an audience full of people and your vision is projected on the screen?
Oh, it'll be surreal, a dream come true.
Once filming is complete, the director, Johnny Flynn, will then begin the editing process. He hopes to have the film completed by late December or January. Once completed, the film will premiere online before getting submitted to various film festivals. In Orion Township, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV News.
Thanks, Joe. The Lake Orion DDA was approached by local merchants with an idea for a retail event in downtown Lake Orion. The original concept was to encourage people to shop local and to get the cash registers ringing. What emerged was the first ever Ladies' Night Out. On October 4th, the women lined the streets of downtown Lake Orion for Babes on Broadway. The event cost $10 with a portion of the proceeds being donated to Haven of Oakland County. Registration took place at Valentino's, where the women were presented with Babes on Broadway bingo cards. From there, they visited participating local businesses for shopping, dining, and drinks. Each stop offered collectible trinkets, and the groups could have their pictures taken wearing the trinkets at Lennon Photo. After collecting all of the items, the women were entered for a chance to win various prizes and gift baskets donated by local businesses. The night ended at CJ's Sandbar with dinner and drinks. The DDA originally planned for 150 participants, but they quickly sold out and had to expand the event. DDA Executive Director Suzanne Perot was pleased with the turnout and how much was raised for Haven of Oakland County.
Our businesses help contribute as well to help purchase some advertising and other promotional materials for the event as well. So it was great to have so many people from the community want to participate in the event, as well as have so many of our downtown businesses wanting to be a stop where the babes would stop on the bingo card. We will be presenting the check to Haven of Oakland County tonight, and this event has raised $1,000 for that organization. When we chose that charity, we were looking for a nonprofit organization that would support women and women causes.
While the funds are going to such a great cause, Ladies' Night Out also helps the local businesses in downtown Lake Orion. Owner of Simply Marcella talks about how this event is a great way to advertise for local companies and the village itself.
Yes, one of 19 that are participating, and we are very fortunate that so many people wanted to play the game, and I think it's going very well. And all the women that have been through here already tonight are saying that everybody they're meeting is so nice. And in fact, 2 of my customers from St. Clair were just saying how they've never been to Lake Orion, how beautiful it is, and that all the others, I can't even think of the name of it, the business owners have been so kind and generous, and they're very happy. And that's the best word of mouth we're going to get for this village. So I was happy with that.
The DDA will be hosting a Halloween parade in downtown Lake Orion on October 30th. The parade begins at 6 p.m. and will run through the downtown area to Children's Park. Local businesses will also be hosting trick-or-treating that evening following the parade. The LOHS Marching Band was in competition Saturday, October 6th. Bands of America Regional was held at the Silver Dome in Pontiac. They were competing against not only bands from across Michigan, but against bands from Georgia, Indiana, Illinois, and Kentucky. The Marching Dragons competed in a Class 4A and finished in second place behind perennial state power Plymouth Canton. The Dragons earned 1/10 of a point better than third place Walled Lake Central. They were also recognized as the outstanding musical performance of their class. Here's a look at the final results. The Marching Dragons have just 2 more competitions before the state's top 10 rankings are announced. Those making the top 10 will qualify for the state finals on Ford Field on Saturday, November 3rd. We are going to take another quick break. We will return with our weekly sports roundup. You are watching ONTV News.
Please remember that CFL bulbs, you know, those curly, energy-efficient light bulbs everybody is using to save electricity, shouldn't be thrown away in your trash. Neither should batteries or home medical sharps. You can check with your local community to see where they can be recycled. Some retailers will allow you to bring them in for recycling. You can also order simple kits online that allow you to collect your recyclables and simply mail them away to be properly recycled. This green tip was brought to you by your friends at Waste Management.
3 students were in the hospital this past weekend.
2 honor roll students were hospitalized last night.
5 local students lost their college scholarships last night.
Another local high school student has passed away.
Another 3 dead.
Claimed the life of another local teenager.
The cause?
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. I don't want to be another number.
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 I don't want to be just another number.
Welcome back to ONTV News. We now turn our attention to local sports. We begin with Dragon football. Lake Orion traveled to Pontiac Saturday, October 6th to take on the 1-6 Phoenix. What many felt could be a trap game for Lake Orion turned out to be just another check in the win column for the Dragons. Lake Orion came out as fired up and determined as ever. Like the 6 previous weeks, Lake Orion ran all over their opponent, resulting in 5 rushing touchdowns. Chris Lee and Jacob Miller each ran in 2 scores, while Corey Esther added the other rushing touchdown. Esther's rushing TD came early in the game from 13 yards out to put Lake Orion ahead 7-0. On Orion's next drive, Delora connected with Chaz Miller for a 45-yard bomb to make it a 14-0. Miller scored 2 goal line rushing touchdowns on consecutive drives in the second quarter to put the game out of reach at 28-0. The next 2 drives belonged to Chris Lee, scoring 23 and 24-yard runs. Pontiac would get on the board early in the third when Lake Orion's defense got caught sleeping on a double reverse pass from Jalen Neely to Trajan C. However, Lake Orion would quickly shut down any thoughts of a comeback with a 40-yard touchdown pass from Delora to Zach Arnold on the very next drive. Orion's backup defense would allow Pontiac to score once more with 3 minutes left in the game, closing out the scoring at Lake Orion 49, Pontiac 13. Lake Orion's celebration had to be short-lived, with their attention quickly turning to Friday's game against their undefeated OAA red opponent, the Clarkston Wolves. Both teams enter the match without a loss and are ranked number 1 and 2 in Division I. Winners of Friday's contest will win the OAA red title and go on to face Oak Park in the OAA crossover battle. Stay tuned for ONTV for coverage of upcoming Dragon football games. The Dragon boys soccer team has been on a roll. Coming into their match against Royal Oak on October 4th, the Dragons were sitting at a 6-5-2 on the season. A huge turnaround from their 0-4 start. The Dragons were looking to continue their winning ways against the 1-9-2 Ravens. The Dragons were ready to play and pressure the Raven defense in the opening minutes. The Dragons would get on the board by a goal from Brandon Shefsick. The goal set up nicely by this long feed pass from Adam Smoody. The Ravens' keeper came out of the net, and Brandon buried the chip shot to give the Dragons a 1-0 lead. In the second, the Dragons continued to be the aggressors and drew many fouls from the Ravens. The Dragons would strike again off the foot of senior captain Addison Whitry at the 31-minute mark of the second half. A beautiful long-range shot dropped in the box and fooled the Ravens keeper, Dragons up 2-0. Royal Oak would get on the board and make it interesting, cutting the Dragon lead back to 1. But solid defense and smart decisions helped the Dragons earn their 7th win of the year. The Dragons improved to 7-6-2 on the season. You can watch this game in its entirety at 8 p.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. For you night owls, the game can also be seen Sundays at 11:30 p.m. As always, click on the YouTube link on our homepage at orionontv.org to see this and all of our other sports programming. Lake Orion's varsity volleyball team was in action on Thursday, October 4th against the Maples of Seaholm. The Dragons came out strong in the first game, quickly jumping ahead of the Maples 21-6. Seaholm would make an attempt to fight their way back, but Lake Orion would clamp down in the end and win 25-11. Game 2 started the same way as Game 1. Lake Orion scored often, leading to a 20-10 lead. However, this time Seaholm would make it more interesting, clawing their way back to within 2 at 22-20. Despite the comeback, the Dragons were able to put away the match, winning 24-22. The start of Game 3 was a much more even match with both teams creating points. Seaholm took the early lead at 8-7. The Dragons' defense would clamp down, however, leading to 10 unanswered points for Lake Orion, putting them ahead 17-8. The Dragons didn't allow Seaholm to rally, finishing Game 3 with the victory. Lake Orion 25, Seaholm 15. Lake Orion swept the Maples 3-0, improving their record to 26-9 on the year, while the Maples fall 9-14. Hannah Murdoch led Lake Orion with 7 kills, while her sister Sophie had 5. Sophie led the team in blocks with 4. Sabrina Cottrell had a team-high 22 serves and 16 serving points. The Dragons were also in action on October 9th at Farmington. The Dragons rolled again in straight sets 25-19, 25-16, and 26-24. Led by Sophie Murdoch and Melanie Heath's 9 kills each and Gabby Kaluger's 16 digs. The Dragons improved to 26-9 overall and 5-0 in division play. The volleyball match against Seaholm is currently airing on ONTV Public Access Comcast Channel 10 Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. It's also available on our YouTube channel. Head on over to our homepage on orionontv.org and click on the YouTube link. That's it for this edition of ONTV News. For the entire crew here, I'm Jessi Agnew. Thanks for watching.